What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Happy Thursday. I'm here to give you guys a little story time. I don't really do these much, but I thought maybe for a throwback Thursday, I'll give you guys a little story. So, I have a thing with creepy crawlies, depending on what they are. But most of you know that I don't like spiders. Second to that would be, I can't even say it without feeling grossed out. Centipedes. Okay, so I lived years ago. I had my own place and I lived on my own. And for the most part, the apartment was a pretty decent size for me. It had, as for me, a studio would have been nice, but I like having walls to kind of separate the rooms. So this was kind of like a studio plus, which at the time was described as a studio plus would be something that separates the rooms. It wasn't like a full blown apartment, but it still had the living room. It still had the kitchen, a bathroom, a bedroom. So it was just a one bedroom for myself. And it was a little close to everything I needed. It was close to my friends, my family, not too far away from where I used to work. But for the most part, it was fine. Now, I grew up when I was very, very little. I mean, I'm talking like 4 or 5 years old. I grew up in the projects. I grew up with roaches. I grew up with, normal stuff that people in the hood would, grow up with. As I got older, I vowed I would never, ever, I would always make sure to inspect everything. So, fast forward, now an adult, I got into this apartment. My concern was the safety because it wasn't in the greatest place. But the building was safe. The only way that you can get in is through a key card. No one, can come in if they didn't live there, which was fine. So once I inspected the apartment before I took it, I made sure that everything was good, that there wasn't any leaks, that there wasn't any, piping issues. And I was looking around, of course. I'm weird like that, so I'm looking around to see if I see any creepy crawlies. No, I did not at all. I was like, okay, I can deal with this. This is fine. Moved in. Like probably a few days after, I noticed. It makes me squirm just thinking about it. So I noticed that I found a centipede in the living room. It was on the wall. I'm going to show you my hand. This is my hand. Okay? This is my hand. Literally, the centipede was this long. Not even joking. I didn't know what to do with myself at all. Like, at the time, I was dating someone and I literally was borderline getting on the phone to try to tell them to come over just to kill this thing because I was just like, I can't. So unbeknownst to me, I was like, okay, this is just one incident. No. Over time, it became evident that my apartment was infested with centipedes. And it didn't help that these were old apartments. So every place that there was a pipe, the floor, the hole that the pipe was running through on the floor was a lot bigger. So it was more than enough space for these things to come in. So it wasn't my apartment, it was the building in itself. So one day I am laying in the bed and I'm just up. Like at this point, I think it's the summertime. And summertime brings out a lot of bugs. So in this place, it didn't even matter what season it was, but it seemed worse in the summertime. So it was in the summertime, I couldn't sleep, so I was in my room with the AC on because that was the only place that I had AC, but it was enough to cool down the whole apartment because it was that small. So I was laying in the bed and it was so late. And it's weird because the centipedes were like ghetto centipedes. Like I don't understand what type they were, but it almost seemed like when the lights were on, they were gone. But when the lights were off, they kind of came out. I don't know, it was weird, but I would come home from work every day and find at least 3. And they were not small. They were huge, okay? I would find them in the kitchen sink. I would find them against the walls, on the ceilings. You guys, when I tell you, and I lived in this apartment for probably about 2.5 years. Maybe even 3. Yeah, I lived on my own for about 3 years. So one day I was laying in my bed and I was talking on the phone, and I don't know, like I was just getting really, really tired. But I always had anxiety going to bed because I'm like, oh my gosh, like, you know, I don't want to get out of bed in the middle of the night with the lights off to try to go to the bathroom and one like crawls on me. Like it was so bad. You guys, these were the thoughts that I was going through at night every day. Like I lived in this place for 3. I tried to get exterminators out there. Every time I saw one, like I had a bottle of pure alcohol ready to spray these bad boys down because bug spray wasn't getting them out. There was nothing that I could do to get these things out because it was infested in the building itself. So at night, this particular night, I got off the phone, I got comfortable, I checked my surroundings, no sight of any bugs. So I was like, okay, cool, I could go to bed, you know, in peace. I turned off the light and I was still kind of tossing and turning because it was really hot and I was uncomfortable. Probably half hour goes by. Half hour goes by and I'm in the dark and I hear something fall beside me on my bed. Like my apartment was so quiet, you can hear this. I heard something fall beside me. I jumped up and turned on the light, and it was a freaking centipede that dropped from the ceiling onto my bed. I didn't sleep in my bed. I had a futon, 3-seater in my living room. That's where I slept. I must have slept there for a couple of nights. I stripped my bed off of everything. I don't know what came. I think that same year is the year that I moved out. I couldn't do it. I was so traumatized after that, you guys, I didn't know what to do with myself. And I don't know if I need to go to therapy. You guys, that's why when I see them, because of that, I don't know. I don't know if I caught PTSD. I don't know if I caught some type of, I don't know, but I don't like them. Every time I see a picture of them or if I see them in real life, I just get a flashback of that and I'm just really creeped out. Really, really creeped out. Like that and spiders are neck and neck. And it was the most horrible thing ever. And that's why, if I'm telling you, like, listen, if I move anywhere else and have like my dream home, it cannot be close to any wooded areas. I don't want a lot of trees. I don't want a lot of plants. I don't want a lot of anything that can attract bugs. I literally want to make sure that there are no like it's so bad, you guys. I cannot do bugs. I can't. So anyway, there goes my little story of why I don't like centipedes and what happened. There you have it, you guys. Throwback Thursday story time for you. Leave your comments down below. Let me know if you guys have experienced anything like this or if you guys have any phobias of any animals, bugs. Tell me some stories. Please tell me that I'm not alone. Leave your comments down below. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel, hit like, share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I pop up on your feed. I'll see you guys later. Toodles!